back to the BAM Collectibles
Geeked Out
Geeked Out
podcast.
All right, so right now we have a few segments in mind. The first one is going to be the most current one, which is the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. So pretty much what happens on this one is Sunday they did a broadcasting, and everybody voted in to see what their
Their fan favorites were.
fan favorites. So we go down the list. The actual anime winner 2025 was Solo Leveling. My personal opinion, the only reason why Solo Leveling actually got as many awards as it did was mostly because of the fact that they stayed current. So pretty much most all the other competitions that they have only had one season out, and they haven't had another one out since. Solo Leveling was more consistent. As soon as they had a first season out, a few months later they started with the second one. So because it was in that same time frame, people got to enjoy it a little bit more. And I think that's the only reason why they ended up getting that number one spot. Anime film of the year, so individual movie, was Winner Look Back. I never even seen that. Don't even know what that one is. So I might just go ahead and try to catch up on that one to see if that one was any good. Global Impact Award, which means the biggest anime, was Attack on Titan, because their season ended last year anyway.
Oh, did that series finally came to an end? I gotta get caught up because I haven't watched any of the last ones.
It was actually pretty good. After all said and done and wrapped up, it was really good because the way they set it up. But there was a lot of stuff in that middle that was super shaky to where, like, I had to force myself.
I didn't like how it had ended in one of the seasons, and then the next season it jumped forward like 5, 6, 7, 8 years or whatever. That threw me off because it took forever for it to come out, and then when it did, I'm like, did I miss something here?
Yep. And then you eventually go back and fill those in, but so that kind of was a throw off too. But overall, after it's wrapped up and said and done, it was a good show. Best continuing anime series was Demon Slayer, and they also ended up getting the best animation award too. So I meant how it looked as far as the art. Best new anime series was Solo Leveling again. Then they had, which is kind of funny, so they have the best original anime was Ninja Komoi.
Oh, the one on HBO Max. Yeah, that was good though. I still didn't finish it.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about earlier about you not even finishing it. But
but you said it fell off.
It fell off so hard, and so the fact that they actually picked this as an original anime. I mean, you watched the first few episodes. It wasn't that much of an original concept. The story of itself, it wasn't really that original.
There's not very much stuff that's actually original.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and compared to the competitions that they had, like Metallic Rouge was a lot better. Girls Band Cry was a lot better, which I don't think you heard of most of these.
Mm-mm.
But those were actually really good original shows that was better than Ninja Komoi. But it was still alright. I mean, it was okay. But I just wish, it almost felt like the animators was like really doing a really good job with the show, and then the budget either got cut or something happened to where they didn't finish it, and then just threw in CGI and kind of threw it away.
Oh, is that how the animation went in the episodes I didn't watch?
Yeah. And but best animation was Demon Slayer. Obviously, they've been grabbing that one for the past few years. They've been grabbing best animation. Then best character design was at least Dan to Dan. I don't know if have you heard of Dan to Dan?
No,
yet?
It was funny because when I was scrolling, I was seeing something, and then I noticed your shirt. Yeah, I just noticed the shirt too because a couple of minutes ago while we were talking before we did it, I was like, Dan to Dan. I was like, what the hell is this? And I'm looking at comic books and stuff like that, and I was like, oh. Yeah. And then I looked up at your shirt, and when I put the phone down, you're like, I'm ready, let's record. I'm like, oh, Dan to Dan.
Yep. I say at least watch that one because it's pretty short, and it's on Netflix too. So that one's on Netflix already. The whole season's already on that one. But it's more of like comedy more than it is anything else. But it's just really good, like mix of sci-fi, comedy, and a lot of fan service. Probably too much.
Fan service.
A lot of fan service. But yeah, best director was Fury and Beyond Journey's End on Netflix and the Crunchyroll. The way it's set up felt more like slice of life, but with a little bit more action in it. It was very dramatic. Essentially, what it is an anime about after. So you know how usually in like fantasy world they do this big journey and then they have to kill
like
the
in
Demon King,
like one of the last few ones that I actually saw a few years back was like Sword Art Online.
Right. So so this is basically
they're in that VR world. People are dying
and all that good stuff. Yeah. Well, this one is like it's basically all right. Pretend like in Lord of the Rings after they finally finished everything. What happens after they finish the great journey, and that's what this is. It's kind of showing like, oh, this is when they're the concept of, especially because the main character is an elf who lives for a long time, but the party that she was with were just humans and dwarves who lives a lot longer.
So they're all dead?
Yeah, so there's that whole process of them dying and her living longer and like her actually appreciating life longer, more. So that's what that kind of was, and why everybody enjoyed that one so much. But it also got the best background art because it had a lot of good animation in that one as well. Best romance anime was Blue Box. Didn't watch that one. I don't really like romance animes that much unless it has more to give you other than just romance. Mostly because I get irritated at like the whole struggle with romance and like they always do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And so I kind of get tired of that. Best comedy anime was Mashal, and basically what Mashal is like it's like a spoof, like pretend like it's Harry Potter, but instead it's a guy who doesn't have magic powers, who is basically pretending to try to get into this school, by pretending to have magic powers. So basically his whole thing is he's like insanely strong and buff. So he basically like pretends that he has magic, but in reality it's just because he's so strong that he just looks like he's doing magical stuff. But that one's actually pretty funny.
You know what that reminds me of is a Disney movie. You ever see Sky High?
Yeah.
Where the parents have the superpowers and the son doesn't, but he still goes to the superhero.
Right. So imagine that, but the son is so strong that he actually looks like he has magic powers. I mean, some kind of powers. Best action anime, they went to Solo Leveling again. Best Isekai was Re:Zero, which I don't really agree with. There was their third season on that. I honestly think Reincarnated as a Slime probably should have got that.
I was gonna bring up Reincarnated as a Slime earlier because I was like, when you were telling me the one about the guy faking, I was like, that's not really like anything original because that Sky High movie is that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, there is a bunch of anime that actually is still very original that doesn't have any normal formulas. Yeah. And I was thinking, I was like, when did it pop into somebody's head? Hey, let me do a show about being reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah. But it's good. And actually, one of the contenders on there was the Suicide Squad Isekai.
I didn't watch that one yet.
That one was good. I love that one a lot. I watched it in Japanese first, and then by the time I almost finished it, all of a sudden they had the English dub, so I rewatched it. But it's good.
I'll have to watch the English dub.
Yeah, because that one's on HBO still now.
I'm not. It really depends because I'm not a huge fan of original language foreign films sometimes. Yeah. Or shows for that matter, because of the voice actors don't sound right to me sometimes, and it started with Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Not Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball Z. The characters in Dragon Ball, when I first saw them, were in Spanish. And they sounded pretty good. And then Dragon Ball Z, they sounded pretty good. Frieza sounded like a girl. The Spanish voice actor for Frieza kind of sounded the way that Linda Young sounds on it. But when I happened to catch an episode of Dragon Ball Z in Japanese, Goku's voice was so damn annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was just as high pitched, and then Frieza's was even worse. And I'm like, is that a woman on helium voicing the character? Like,
and that's what's funny too is when it comes to dub versus sub. For me, it's whatever I started off with with it first. So like Demon Slayer, I cannot watch Demon Slayer in English dub at all. Like I try to watch it and it just drives me nuts.
Because the voices don't sound right?
Yeah, the voices didn't match, but it's because I watched it in Japanese first.
But I don't like when the voices in Japanese are like super high pitched and weird, because hearing Goku in Japanese just
And see,
it sounds weird.
In the same way for me for One Piece, I cannot watch One Piece in Japanese because it sounds so weird with Luffy having that high pitched voice and stuff.
Like sometimes the voices don't match the characters in. Goku should have a firm voice. He does in English and he does in Spanish.
Yeah.
But the Japanese one, I'm like, why does he sound like some 12-year-old kid that's starting to go through puberty with his voice cracking?
Right.
Like,
and it might have something to do with the fact of that transition between Dragon Ball versus Dragon Ball Z. It's probably because instead of making him like grow up, they wanted to keep that
the childlike. Yeah, but it just
of it.
It just freaking annoys
me. And then let's see what else we got. Best slice of life was My Cayenne Too Many Losing Heroines. Never heard of that. Don't know what that is. Best main character was Solo Leveling. I know. Best supporting character was Fern from Fearin'.
So Solo Leveling was Kendrick Lamar at the Grammys?
Yeah. It wiped out. Spy Family at least got one. Well, they actually got two. So they have a category called Most Protected at All Costs character. So usually it's like a beloved little, somebody. So Spy Family won that one with Anya. I think Spy Family is on Netflix as well too. But that's a good like solid slice of life that's really funny, and it's mostly because of her. Dan Dan also got best anime song, which I totally agree with on that one.
I'm gonna check it out.
It's literally like the entire for a while TikTok literally just had that intro song everywhere on TikTok.
See, that anime intros to me have always I've liked them.
Yeah.
The only one, and if anybody's a Dragon Ball fan hears me say this, probably like, oh, that's blasphemy, blah blah blah. I've never cared for the English intro to Dragon Ball Z with the rock music. Like, I'm like, no, I like. What was it that I was watching? I don't know if it's on the DVDs that I have for Dragon Ball. But even on the Spanish one used to play the intro and outros, sometimes the Japanese ones.
Right.
So I have the Japanese ones, and they're kind of a little quirky and funny and stuff like that, so I like those, but I've never liked like the rock versions of intros for anime. I was just like, rock doesn't seem anime-ish to me. I'd rather hear something a little bit more. I'd rather have the Japanese actual intro.
Stuff. And what's funny is a lot of the Dragon Ball Z movies, they actually put in like actual like rock band stuff, like Korn and stuff was actually played.
Yeah, when they do the movies and stuff like that.
Do the movies and stuff.
Yeah, there are sometimes where I prefer like the Japanese stuff that's in there to stay in there rather than them trying to translate stuff, because sometimes songs don't translate well.
Yeah. And let me see. Best anime score was also Solo Leveling. Dan Dan got best opening sequence, which I don't get. I mean, isn't that the same thing as opening anime song?
No, that would be like the animation intro
versus
animation
the
song. Yeah,
so that's probably why.
I do love anime scores though, because they're very very dramatic. They're very cinematic.
Oh yeah. Then best anime ending sequence was Solo Leveling. Apothecary Diaries at least won best voice artist. Now from this point on down, all it is just voice acting. So What
was the best anime crossover? Solo Leveling featuring Kendrick Lamar.
Right. That's pretty much what they were. And all the rest of it is just like best Spanish speaking.
Like the dubs and stuff like that.
Dubs and subs and stuff like that. So that was all they had on that one. So that was that whole big wrap up. I kind of upset that Kaiju number 8 didn't win anything, because they was in a majority nominees.
Because they came in too late. Kaiju number 7. No.
Yeah. Well, it's because they didn't continue a season. If they had at least pushed for a second season faster, they would have definitely got in there. And I actually enjoyed Kaiju number 8 intro song. If it wasn't for Dan Dan, the Kaiju number 8 I feel like would have had a run for that one. But that's what we have for Crunchyroll. Next,
Pokemon.
Pokemon. So you got some.
I picked these up at Sam's Club. So I don't know how to crochet. The instructions do come in here. I have a whole bunch of them. I got some Disney ones. I know there was a Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know if I picked it up.
Okay.
I got the Harry Potter ones. I kind of collect them. I got some Star Wars ones. I probably have a stack of these crochet kits. This one in particular, I had to go back and buy the second one too. So this one comes with the crochet, enough to crochet Pikachu. This one comes with one so that you can actually do Snorlax. You can see the stuff right there. They're not expensive. This was $16.88. But the main reason I buy them is because it comes with the book, and this one shows you how to do Gengar, Squirtle, Magikarp, Bulbasaur, and Charmander. And then this one has Jigglypuff. I keep wanting to call him Wigglytuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, there is a Wigglytuff.
Eevee, obviously Pikachu, Vulpix, and one of my all-time favorites outside of Snorlax is Psyduck. So, I mean, you can learn how to crochet. You can get one for your favorite characters.
Yep.
I just thought they were kind of cool. I kind of hope that they have another kit that comes out with some other ones, because I'm trying to think of who else would be cool from the original 100 and what was the original 150 51. Yeah, because there's not one for Mew. Like, I want a Mew and I want a Mewtwo. I'm trying to think of some other ones that I would want on there that were.
Well, I meant Charizard for sure.
Oh, a Cubone.
Oh yeah, Cubone.
The bigger ones might be kind of tough to do with their, because they're a little bit more detailed. Because the Bulbasaur, then you got Ivysaur and Venusaur.
Right.
But
Blastoise.
The only one that I didn't like from the Charmander transformations was I never really cared for Charmeleon.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it was always
like
for
a
me.
Taller
Yeah,
Charmander.
Like his older brother that's a jerk. Like, but I would like a Raichu would be dope.
Yeah. And actually, like
a Ninetales.
That crochet and stuff is actually kind of branched into like cosplay and stuff too, because a lot of people like to start.
Oh, I'm gonna crochet myself a giant Snorlax pajama.
There you go. The whole giant thing. But yeah, I saw somebody do like they crocheted like the SpongeBob SquarePants hat. And they have it on like a little pin, so it looks like it's like stuck on their head.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's, and in other Pokemon news, playing Pokemon Go. Was it Pokemon Go, Pokemon Pocket? What's
Pocket?
the one? Yeah, Pocket.
With the cards.
I'm finally over 1,000 cards collected.
I haven't even got back on that.
I'm almost to level 20 now.
And I think I'm still on 18.
Oh man, I've been playing like crazy.
I've been playing in the beginning.
Because they dropped a whole new set last week, I think. Yep. It was last week or the week before, so I didn't realize that every time you opened up a pack, you got points to buy the cards. And one day I was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, buying cards that I needed, because I was like, when I figured it out, and I was like, you idiot. I was like, you should have kept saving them so you could get the 5,000 point cards that you're probably never going to pull from a pack.
Right. Well, the thing is, too, though, that they have is those points are only towards that set.
Yeah.
So you have to keep pulling from the same set to get those points.
Yeah, and that's what I've been doing. I'm trying to think of the one that it was that
I've been trying to pull from the shiny set.
I wanted to keep pulling from the Mystical Island one because of the Mew and stuff like that. Let me see what I might even have a free pack that open up right now.
Yeah.
It just sucks though. I wish it was like I wish it was every 12 hours and non-stop, where like if you don't log on for 3 days, then you have
accumulate
36 hours of
Yeah. Well, they have the premium pass where I think you get a lot more every day.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to pay for the game.
It's like $2, I think, a month or something like that.
Oh, is it only $2 a month? Like, if it's cheap, then maybe.
It's pretty cheap, but still,
That's what I've been pulling from. Celestial Garden.
Oh, okay,
Guardians.
That's the new one. That's a new one.
And I have 265 points already for that set.
Yeah,
but that's a long ways away from 5,000.
Yeah. And that's just to get a bigger card that you might actually eventually pull in.
Oh, it was kind of cool, though. I can't remember what set it was from, because Fatso told me that there was special cards that you can pull, that if you hold the card, you go into the card.
Oh, yeah. Some of the special illustrated.
I just got a Wigglytuff EX.
See?
It's a new card to my set.
The new Pokemon set, Destined Rival, should be coming out this week, I think, too.
I pulled one of those cards that you can go into.
Yeah, it should be the alt arts, right?
They have rounded edges. Dang, so that was one of the cards I wanted to buy, and that card was like 2,000 points or some crap. I'm glad I'm over here talking about how I don't have the points to go in there and.
Right. They get it and then.
Yeah, that one was 1,350 points.
So yeah, this weekend, this Friday, the new Pokemon set comes out, and I mean it's stacked. Like I went and played.
They got some dope cards.
I wonder how they're gonna do that for the Pocket. If they're gonna put in those Team Rocket and gym cards and.
I want that Gengar. It's 1,350 points.
Yeah. Oh, I already pulled that one.
You pulled that Gengar out of here?
What? Not what? Hold up. It must be a different Gengar if it's from that. If it's from that new set, then it's a different one.
Yeah, it's from Celestial Guardians.
I got check and see.
I ended up getting a Zapdos one, a Zapdos EX.
Yeah.
And it sucks because you have to keep building up the energy before you use it. But it was fun because I was playing this one to get an exclusive like Ninetales. They were doing a promo through there to get the Ninetales. And I beat all of the levels, and when I got to the top expert level, like it kept whooping me, and then I was like, you know what, I need to build a new deck, and I kept thinking, I was like, I haven't built a new deck in a while, so I just went back in there, built a new deck. I told the app to build the deck for me, and it threw that Zapdos in there, and I was like, oh man, I was like, I can't use him right away because gotta wait 3 turns to build up his energy.
Yeah.
And that Ninetales was destroying everybody, and then I put that last energy on him, and then it was like flip, and I was like, okay, and it was I got the heads I think like 3 times, and it was like 50 points per flip. Yeah, one time I got all 4 of them, and I just completely killed the thing. But what sucked was I didn't realize that if you take out the EX Pokemon, it counts as 2 losses. So when that happened and I whooped him, I was like, yes, I finally beat him. And I got all kinds of promo packs from that. I think I ended up getting because I kept playing, I ended up getting like a dozen promo packs.
Yep. Yeah, they have the key to like the EXs and stuff is building it on your bench first. So if you get like Zapdos first in that first round and just put them on a bench and just stack up that energy, you'll be able to move them faster without you like risking that EX being killed before you can put energy on them.
There was I don't even know how to get but the promo cards. Oh yeah, see heroes on my promo card so far. I got Raichu.
Okay.
That one was cool though too because I didn't realize that he attacks the bench.
Yep. Those are key things too. Is oh, you got the Ninetales.
Yeah, I got it from the promo thing. And all I had to do was whoop the computer.
Yeah. Well, that seems to be more fun on playing the computer on that game than actually.
Man, but when you get to that expert level, the computer don't play. Thing is freaking rigged.
Yep.
I can't remember the crab character one, but it's the crab character. Then he evolves into this really super strong one.
Yep.
And then the computer. Kingler. The computer had like this little leaf trainer card thing or whatever, and then it had this one with this cape, and it was like, oh man. So I'm going, my hand's crap because it gives me Raichu but not Pikachu, so I can't do anything unless I actually have the card that says that you can just evolve right away or whatever. Right. Well yeah, but it was giving me the evolved ones but not the base Pokemon, and I'm like, then it's the computer's turn, and I have to pick something to put up there. So I picked something weak because that's all I had that would allow me. Then it's like, oh, it got the professor card, so it draw 2 from the deck, and then it pulls a Pokeball. Then it's like, oh, you could draw another one, and then the computer's hand was stacked, and then it had the stupid cape and all this other stuff and healing, and I'm like, oh. And I'm over here struggling trying to fight him with a little base level Pokemon that I can't evolve, and it's giving me all of the evolved forms, and I can't evolve nothing. And it's like, oh, you could still place energy this turn. I was like, I have nothing to place the energy on. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, that's what those supporter cards are like really important for.
And then I went in there, and then there was one there was one one Pokemon on there, and I can't remember what the character was, but I have a special version of the card, and then just like a regular version of it.
Yeah.
But it was 100% protection against an EX attack.
Yeah.
So even though he wasn't strong, because I think his hit was only like 40 or whatever, so every time I'd get attacked, it was like I wouldn't lose any health, and then I kept attacking him, and then the computer would like draw another card and was like, switch, and I'm like, you mother, and then I have to switch with like some piece of crap that I have that I'm trying to evolve in again. And I was like, I think I lost to the computer on expert probably like at least maybe a little bit more than a dozen times before. Yeah. Before I got a decent enough hand where it was like, oh, okay, well, we're going to give you Pikachu and we're going to give you Raichu in the hand. And we're going to give you the Professor card. We're going to give you the Pokeball. We're going to give you a healing one. And we're going to give you this card that doesn't take any hits from the EX. I'm like, yeah. But Ninetales sucked too because he'd have the base and then all of a sudden the next card was automatically evolved into Ninetales.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, not only is my lead Pokemon getting hit, but my entire bench is getting destroyed. I'm like, this game cheats.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely set up. Like even the expert level for the computer, they distinctly make it to where the same thing happens. It's not like no luck of the draw. On expert mode, they literally have it just set up.
Oh, and then one other time too, when I had the Zapdos set up, and I'm like, yeah, all I needed was 70 more hits, on the Ninetales to obliterate them to win.
Yeah.
And then it was my turn, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do the 50 per flip hit, and I'm like, I'll get at least one, and then he's not going to be able to beat me. Flipped all 4 coins, all tails, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. And then he hit me, and I was like, but before he hit me, the computer got the thing to telling me to switch.
Yeah.
So the Zapdos that I had enough energy where it would have withstood his hit. But they got the supporter card to make me switch. So then all I had left was a weak one.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you stupid bastard. And he was already attacked because the Ninetales had kept attacking the bench. And I'm like, I was like, I was this close. And I was like, the computer cheated. I'm like,
But it's also teaching you too, because those are techniques and stuff that you actually use, especially in
playing. They don't have to make it that hard though.
That's how it is whenever you play competition. You have
I learned the hard.
You have 10-year-olds doing that stuff.
That's what happened with Fatso. Yeah. Fatso whooped me really good one time because she was like, "Oh, let's play." I was like, "All right, let me build a deck." Yeah. So this is like somebody that doesn't know anything about Pokemon the very first time, and I already knew that what I should have done, but I didn't think about it. I built the deck with all my most powerful Pokemon. I didn't put any support cards in there. Yeah. And then I didn't put the base levels. I only put the evolved ones in there. And I'm trying to play, and I'm like, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Because I can't play some of these cards. And then, because they're all different Pokemon types, when it's my turn to put energy on, I have to wait to see if the computer's even going to give me the energy for that.
Yep.
So I had powerful Pokemon cards on there that I could play that were like just powerful in their normal forms. And then it was like, I had the Zapdos card. That's when I knew that how powerful the Zapdos was. But I had Zapdos up there as my lead one.
Right. So
but it wasn't giving me the lightning energy thing. I was like, the electricity. I was like, and Fatso just whooped me good. I don't even think I won one round.
No. See, Let me see now. Next up, we have Fan Expo Denver. So right now,
4th of July weekend, guys.
Yep. So right now they're I think they're fixing to end their like special pricing for the tickets on the weekend.
Yeah, there was an announcement for that.
Yeah, so basically they stopped it and then made their biggest announcement for their guests. So they're gonna have John Cena as their biggest like blow up guest, because I don't think he's ever been in Denver before. As far as Fan Expo.
I bet you David and Aiden are gonna go.
Oh yeah. Well, I meant have to at this point, and plus I'm sure the Iron Lion was gonna at least try to.
Well, no, so they for sure. I know. So the previous owners probably didn't tell them that they had their booth at Dallas, so they didn't go. They're not going to Dallas for next weekend, and I felt bad because I've been talking to Linda Young about it, and I was like, I went down there to talk to them, but I was informed by Jordan that the only cons that they know they're doing for sure is Denver Fan Expo and Colorado Springs Comic Con, and he had no clue about Dallas, and I was like, Cedric had either prepaid for the full thing or put the down payment on. I was like, you guys had a booth there, like. Yeah. He was like, oh yeah, and then cause Dave would have never went out of the country without setting something up for them had he known. So I'm thinking that Shelby and Andrew didn't tell him anything.
Yeah. But yeah, so we got so at least that's Denver. I'm probably gonna try to at least like actually enjoy myself on this one. So I definitely want to try to see a bunch of the people that they have. Some of their lineup right now is get into there. All right. So yeah, they got John Cena. They got Brandon Fraser. John Boyega?
John Boyega. You keep calling him Bodega.
Grant Gustin, so the Flash. William Shatner. Bruce Campbell. Jason Isaacs.
Isn't Nick Dragotta supposed to go?
Who?
Nick Dragotta, the guy from Absolute Batman. That's what I was going to pull up for
the artists.
Yeah, I'll look that up while you're looking up the celebrities.
Yeah. Because they also have John Rhys Davies.
John Rhys Davies, yeah. From Sliders fame in Indiana Jones and
Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
And then they have like a huge stack of like Superman.
They're gonna have the cast of the Flash there.
Oh yeah. So they have.
And they have a handful of the Star Wars ones because it's showing me the Harry Potter handful of people from Harry Potter.
Yep. So for Superman, they're gonna have Brandon Roth, Tom Welling, Tyler Hoechlin, the guy from Superman and Lois, and they're gonna have Dean Cain. So that's 4 live action Superman people that they have there, and then they're gonna have 2 voice acting Supermans. And then they're gonna have Dante Basco. He comes there every year. They're gonna have some of the cast of Twilight. So the guy who plays Emmett and can't remember the rest of them. But yeah, there's 3 people that's gonna be from Twilight series. Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters.
Well, I mean, everybody always knows him from Ghostbusters, but he's been in a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, a lot of cop movies and stuff.
Scott Snyder's going to be there. I don't know if Nick Dragotta's going to be there, but Scott Snyder from Absolute Batman.
Yeah, Scott Snyder and
Greg Capullo, Art Germ.
Yep.
Joe Quesadilla. Joe Quesada.
Yeah. A bunch of Cobra Kai.
Jay Lee's coming back again.
Yep. Let's see, Brandon Rogers again.
Timothy Zahn, who wrote the Star Wars novel books.
Yep. Oh,
I think he created Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Yep. And the biggest guest that they're going to have there is going to be Peggy the dog from Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Oh, and they said it's going to be autographs and stuff. So I don't
Rose Besh.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know how they're going to do the whole dog getting autographs type thing, but they're going to have that set up. What else we got? A lot of voice actors. Hella Boss, like a whole stack full of Hella Boss.
But there's never any merchandise outside of
the
screen grabs and fan-made art.
Yep.
Greg Len's going to be there.
Yep.
Oh, Joshua Swaby's going to be there.
Yep. Their anime cast actually isn't that big right now. Like the normal people, like the Sabbath and everybody else, I don't see them on that list. But we'll see. But yeah, whole huge stack on there.
I wonder if there's a burnout on the anime stuff because anime has been the bulk of celebrity artists for the last few years.
Yep. Well, either that or they're just trying to, slow down a little bit. Because I mean, after a while, when the same voice actors keep going to all the conventions every single year,
yep.
Eventually, you're not going to need to get anything from them no more.
Oh, Tony Moy's going to be there. That's one of Ricky's friends.
Yeah.
I know he was signed to Annabelle for a while. I don't know if he still is, but...
Yeah. I kind of hope...
canceled guests already, huh?
Yeah.
Michael Golden, John Boy Myers.
Yeah. Which is kind of weird because John Boy is almost always at those...
Mm-hmm.
happen on that one. I was kind of hoping Johnny Bosch would be there because
Oh, the Power Ranger dude.
yeah, because I got that new Broly Funko Pop that came out. The one is about like that big.
You know how many of those I got in the garage?
Well, I mean, you got the older ones though, right?
I got the smaller one, and then I got the one that was a Galactic Toys exclusive.
Yeah, there's a new one that's based off of.
Oh, a new one. Oh, from the last movie that they made.
The last movie that they made. So it's about that big, and it's just a common anyway, but it's still cool. Like it looks like crazy.
I bought 3 cases from Galactic Toys when that dropped because every case was a guaranteed chase.
Yeah.
Cost me $200. You know what I sold the chases for?
Probably at least
$200.
200. See.
And the commons were $60 now, and I got like 12 of them.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna get him to. I will try to get him to sign it. But other than that, so what is that? Fan Expo, 4 days of Fan Expo this time. 4 days. So we're gonna see
the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. Yeah, because it's gonna be from what, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. So I'll probably at least go to 2 of those days. We'll see how many I go. I'll probably like do the Thursday, like go up there Thursday and do Thursday.
Cecil's gonna be there.
He probably already has his VIP ticket too, huh?
Oh yeah, he bought it last year already. Calling Clinkenbeard for Luffy.
Yep. But yeah.
Oh, Ian Sinclair.
Yep.
Oh, Sonny Strait.
Yep. For
Kia. Well, he's on One Piece,
Krillin,
but Krillin, yeah.
And Usopp.
I have that drawing that I did that is Kid Goku with Krillin. I think I showed it to you, right? The black and white one that was a watercolor scene from the end of the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
So I got homegirl, and I can't remember her name, but I got homegirl that voiced Goku, Kid Goku in the dubs to sign it, and she's friends with Sonny Strait. And I remember she told me to insult him when I see him because we were supposed to go to a con and we ended up going, but I'm gonna try to get Sonny to sign the Goku side so we could do it as a giveaway because got Kid Goku signed, and then if I can get that, then we'll just do a giveaway for that at some point.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll just do another podcast giveaway, but we'll have the entry on.
Like
We'll have them enter on the Facebook thing because I think it's easier to give the stuff away to do the drawing based on Facebook, but we'll do the giveaway live on the podcast.
Yep. But yeah, other than that, that's it for Fan Expo.
Oh, we do have some other giveaways that we can plan too.
Yeah.
We ended up getting 2 art prints at Cosmic Con, which John had put on.
Oh, yeah.
And you know who we got to sign them was we got 2 prints signed by Sam De La Rosa for Venom. So we might be giving those ones away because we were going to give them away at the store, but we'll figure out a way to. Yeah. Maybe we'll do a giveaway every month from here on out.
Try to do something like that.
No, we got enough stuff to give away.
Yeah. Giveaways. You can't beat it.